What up guys, Paradox back with an update. So after getting the twin turbos in, the only fitment thing I'm really coming up with is on the turbos I chose. I'm actually having a wastegate actuation issue where that's going to bump right into the side of my alternator. But what is come down to is I've actually already removed the flange on the inside of this. There's supposed to be a little arm right here, and I'm figuring out fitment. What I'm actually going to do is, since this is stuck through and just weld it on, I'm actually going to grind this nib off, and then I'm actually going to be able to put the arm back through, cut the arm off as well, and then weld it back on. So I'm going to have my wastegate actuator right here, and then that's all going to fit. That's actually a deal having to do with the turbos. Other than that, the actual manifolds, as you can see, I got heat shrouds for them off the Freestar. That's off the rear facing manifold for the Freestar. But what I'm looking at for fitment now, after doing the GT Hydrobooster, so this is the GT Hydrobooster, I got custom lines in. This is the one from the rack that's down there. That's a pain in the fucking ass. You got to pull the rack out for that fitting. But then this one's just going over there, so I'm just kind of waiting until I figure out how I have my downpipe to route my last part of the Hydrobooster. But with the Hydrobooster, you open up a whole new bag of worms right there. So that's actually where my downpipe is coming right through. It's going to be right up through there to my turbo. I also had a fitment issue right here as well. The actual piece of the front of the housing wasn't able to fit anything in between there and there. There's literally, you know, a ½ inch in between the housing and the actual radiator fill spout. So I'm going to end up anchoring this. I'm going to drill a hole in right here on the tip, not in the hole, but you know, on the tip, and then a hole here, and I'm actually going to make an anchor for this so that this can't spin off while this is on there. But basically what this has done was allowed me to make a cold air intake in a ½ inch of space, allowing the air all the way around it to be pulled into the turbo, and still have a cold air intake access instead of actually just having to plate these off or screen them off, where I put a screen on it. So that would be fitment 1, fitment 2, and then fitment 3. And then so on this side, this one's just in the clear, plug and play from the beginning. You know, we're just going to get a real nice downpipe hole right there. So after you guys have now seen the twin turbos, how I'm getting the cold air access in there, we're going to show you some exhaust action. So this is actually what I've been working on, is I got SLP loudmouth exhaust, and of course the 8.8 and the Eibach rear sway. So what we got going on is right here we got SLP loudmouth exhaust, aluminum drive shaft, and the custom chamber I made that's got a pro chamber made out of a cherry bomb muffler, and then an H pipe before it. So I'm gonna actually have a pro chamber and an H pipe. This is actually waiting on my V-band flanges for the top, so I can set my downpipes in and see where it's going to be routed once it gets to the bottom. So now that we're at the bottom, this is when I say you get some fitment. You get a whole 3 inches of fitment to get your downpipe real through there with the GT Hydrobooster, as well as it's going to be fitment on the passenger side. So it's pretty much wide open with the GT Hydrobooster Freestar front end accessories. So with the front engine accessories from a Freestar, you're able to fit your single turbo and anything you want really in here. So you'd have your second manifold be able to come over and access your turbo real easy with the downpipe, or put your turbo over here and have the L downpipe. So you're able to have this one come over to your turbo, which would be placed right here, and then you'd have a full downpipe right here that would go down that way, and that would give you a really good downpipe response. But I was just kind of doing this video to kind of show you guys the overall fitment of where I'm at with the twin turbo kit and how well it's working. And thank you guys for checking in. See you soon.